Hi. Inside this set state method, uh, we are going to we're going to parse this user input, and we are going to set a message to the user, uh, and give him a hint. So we'll take this number and we'll use this int dot parse because we want to convert the input to the number. So we'll parse the number, and this number will be given to the game dart to the game class, which has the next move method. So we'll use this game dart and we'll import this first. So we'll import this game dart, and then inside this game dart we are going to have a game object for each game state. So we'll have this game. Sorry, you can alternatively write var if you like. Var is for declaring variable. So we'll have this game. And with this game object you can call this next move method with the input, with the number. So it will return the result, right? So it will return the result of the next move, and for each result we'll see what should be the message. And so we'll have this message. We'll have one variable called message. Let's take it message, and then let's implement a switch case. So we'll switch on result and take each case. So we'll have this result dot correct. Then let's copy it 5 times because we have 5 different cases for the result in the result enum. So if you remember, this result enum has these 5 cases we are returning from this next move method. So we'll copy 5 times. Okay, higher, there is a lower, there is invalid input, there is no moves. Great. Now for each one we'll change the message. For correct we'll say that correct, you have won. For higher we'll say something like this. Guess lower next time. Lower we'll say bravo, guess higher next time. And if user has given invalid input, then we will say invalid input, don't play game with me. And there are no moves left, then user has lost the game. So we'll say lost the game, go home. Okay, so now we have the message changing. Then we'll also do one thing, is that we'll append the message so user can keep track of each messages. So we'll take one variable, global variable over here, and we'll initialize it with the empty string. And we'll give it name display messages. And here after this switch case, there is no default, right? We have all the states in the result, so there is no need to give the default. And after this switch case, we'll just append the previous one and the next one with /n, so it will look like in the next line. So we'll append the message that the number and then this colon. Okay, number will not be accepted. You will have to write number.toString and this colon and this message. So it will look good on the screen, and user will have the track of all messages, right? So now the another thing we want to do is to display this message. So whenever the set state is called, these messages should be changed. So let's take another text field to show the message. So here we have this text field. We will take the text widget. So we'll take the text itself and we'll pass the display messages over here. So it will display this appending message every time we enter new input. So now let's run the app over here. Okay, here it is, guess a number between 1 and 100. So as you can see, this is the text field, and now I am going to enter this 45. Okay, so this will give me a message, bravo, guess higher next time. Great. So now I can write another number. Oops. Let's try 60. so as you can see, the messages are appending to each other, right? And so we can continue writing the next numbers, continue guessing the next numbers. The missing thing is that the input should be cleared every time I hit this submit button, right? So if I write this 62 and then submit, then this should be cleared every time. So let's find some option to do this. So inside our text field we have an option for the controller. We have this text editing controller, and we can give a controller to that will operate on a text inside the editable field, which is our text field. So we can have a new text editing controller over here. We can take the text editing controller, which will be text editing controller, and we can assign it in the property of the text field. So we'll assign it So now that we have this controller, we can take advantage of this controller and clear the text of this text field every time we hit the on submitted. So when we hit this on submitted, after setting the state, what we'll do is that we'll write this text editing controller dot text is equals to an empty text. Okay, so every time the user submits the input, the text will be cleared after hitting submit. So let's run this and try another thing. Okay, so now let's write this 33. As you can see, the input is cleared every time we hit submit, right? So it is very useful. The another thing is that it is opening this QWERTY keyboard. All we want is this text keyboard. So there is another property in this edit text, which is called style. Maybe it is the text input type, keyboard type. Okay, so we'll write this keyboard type, and it is the text input type. So we'll write this text input type and see if it has the constant. So it has the constant number, then we can write the number as a keyboard type. So it will open the numeric keyboard every time we want to input something. So now as you can see, it is opening this numeric keyboard, which is very nice. Bravo, higher, guess higher next time. Now if I want to, sorry, this is the numeric keyboard. Now if I want to enter this 150, then what happens? Let's see. Invalid input, don't play game with me. Yes, that's how our code is working. So now let's try the 80 maybe. Okay, lower than 80. 55 and 80. Let's try the 75. Okay, lower than 75. Let's try the 73. Let's try 72. Let's try 71. As you can see, I have completed 10 attempts, so I should be showing the error message. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and this is the 11 one, right? So why did this happen? Let's try some another outputs as well. Okay, now you see the message. So what happened is that whenever we added this invalid input, it didn't count as the move, which is the right logic, right? I don't want to count the invalid inputs as the move, so these two have been excluded. And if you count the others, there are 5, and there are 5, and after that you have this message that you have lost the game. But the another thing we need is that we don't want to continue the game after we have lost the game, so we want to terminate it after this. So you can implement various strategies, such as showing the restart button over there, but I am not implementing it right now. Right now it is as it is.